You know what to do.
All right, hold on. Can you stop it real quick? Hey, Chris, can you stop it real quick? Can you stop it?
Fuck it. Let's keep going. Oh, well, actually, you can do it for. But anyway, what's going on, Wrestling fans? This is your boy, Mr. Team Brady, coming from WCC Wrestling Commentary Central, live on YouTube in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You don't need to know the zip code. I keep telling you, buffoons, you don't need to know the zip code, where we are calling from. Anyway, we just got done watching Raw. We got a lot to cover during the Slammies. For one, it was a very interesting night. We've seen some old faces, some fresh faces come into to Raw tonight. One of the main questions really was, did AJ have a official heel turn? I would say probably semi. I don't know. It's like really baffling because I mean the bitch is crazy. So I really don't know if this is gonna be a temporary thing or I don't know because she's like bipolar, so you don't know if she's a face heel or a tweaker. You just don't know. So let's start off with the Slammies first of all. Well, the choices they had was kind of crap, I would say. Like you're right. That stupid Booker T. Tell me you just didn't do that or some shit. I don't know who won that shit. I wasn't really paying attention.
That was Kofi Kingston with the handstand on at the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, that was tight. I ain't gonna ever lie. What else? I'm sorry, y'all. I really wasn't paying attention to the Slammies tonight because it was just like tragic.
I just fast forwarded it through all the damn
I did too. Well, we actually had the comeback of the year, and the New Age Outlaws came out.
I watched that. Well, I didn't watch the whole thing of that. I just watched when they came out, and I just fast forwarded it. But it was funny when the Boogeyman came out, though. That shit was hilarious.
No one
and it was very random too.
It was random. You want to know something?
I mean, shit.
Booker T's face was priceless.
Yeah, because this is the same person that put worms down his throat. I mean, like, wow.
That's his that's his burrito in real life. You know what I mean? So he went out and stole for him. But
I mean, for real, if somebody that likes to eat worms and then you put worms down a nigga's throat like Booker T, I mean, this man from the hood, I mean, you'll get shot 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying. But anyway, the winner of that match for the comeback of the year was Jerry the King Lawler for his heart attack, and I wasn't surprised behind that.
Of course.
We also had some other winners. Ric Flair came back. I wasn't surprised because they was speculating that he was supposed to come back to the WWE sometime in like 2013 to 2012, but this was the right time for him to come out. So, welcome back, Nature Boy. We just gonna see.
The funny thing about it was, wasn't it like 2 weeks ago we were talking about Ric Flair?
Yeah, they wanted to bring Ric Flair back like a month ago, but I guess they changed their mind. I mean, he was backstage, but he just I don't know why he didn't come out. So, but we had some other ones. Let's see. LOL moment of the year. Choices was Hell No, Angry Management, The Rock, Cena's Merchandise Madness, which was hilarious, by the way. Vicky Guerrero, the Elaine, her dance or whatever that shit is, and then Randy Orton's food fight. Surprisingly, The Rock won that match. Actually, I would have picked Anger Management, but I guess they're trying to promote The Rock. I guess, I don't know.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. What's it? Rabbit season, duck season? Come on, man.
Okay, so then we had the award Trending Now of the Year. Zack Ryder was the host of this, but I didn't give a damn about Zack Ryder, so oh well. But here's what the choices: Feed Me More, Ryback, People Power, you already know who that is. Lil Jimmy, you already know who that is. And WWWYKI, wherever the fuck that is. But you already know who won that match, and that was Phoebe Moore. And woo. Zack Wright said he's going to go back in the back and give him his reward. I'm like, really? Not only you're jobbing, but you're handing out presents? Wow.
They made him into so they pretty much made him into a servant.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He's like a Caucasian Virgil.
You're so stupid. But yeah, like disco style or some shit. So let's go to I think it was another one. I gotta find it.
But damn it, how come we see
what's it? Laugh Out Loud moment? Did you cover that one yet?
Yeah, I already covered that one.
Did that one. You want to know something though?
That was The Rock.
Yeah. No, the New Age Outlaws still got buzz, and you figure they're not together or anything like that. But the fact that the fans are still with them after all these years is amazing. And
I mean, they're real popular. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I say. I mean, those motherfuckers are legends. I mean, they was one of the ones that started the war with WCW. So that's probably why.
Didn't know?
You know what I'm saying? But I hate when they like, they always blank that out. Yo ass better call somebody.
But he did say the badass Billy Gunn tonight though.
I mean, that's some coonery shit. I'm like, how the fuck you going? Anyway. But let's go to
match of the year. Did you cover that one then?
Not yet. Let's go to Newcomer of the Year. Nominees was Antonio Cerebral Assassin, whatever the fuck. Brodus Clay, Devin Sandow, and Ryback. You already know who won that match or who won that award.
Damian Sandow.
No. It
was the human muscle on ravioli.
Hey, I would have got your. And by the way, you're welcome. But he wasn't welcome for that one.
Wait a minute, Heather's not on the line.
He should have won that. I know damn right.
He really should have, but of course Ryback. They're really pushing Ryback, but.
Damian's not even a new guy. He's been there for 3 years. Well, they should have went to Antonio for newcomer. Ryback should have won breakout.
And technically, Ryback is not a newcomer, so I'm like,
no, he's not a newcomer.
So then you gotta like think like, what dick is he sucking? We already know that answer to that question. I mean, but anyway, going on. Ryback did do a pop for one of the people that I did expect him to do, which was Owen Hart. He took his catchphrase and said that for 2013, enough is enough and it's time for a change. It's like, wow, okay, cool.
Hold on, wait a minute. Now, I got to stop on that one because I was like, wait a minute, whose name did he just mention?
Owen Hart.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying because I said it for him. All right,
really, bro?
I knew whose name he said, dude. I was just saying, it was like, wait a minute, Owen Hart, they allowed to mention him now?
I know, I said the same thing.
I don't know, that might be a hint. He might be in the Hall of Fame this year. I don't know. Maybe they did something with the wife. I don't know.
What do you mean by they did something with the wife?
I'm just saying.
I'm about to say, all I know is this. If they start mentioning Benoit sometime in the next, then I know.
Negative. Hey, audience, y'all go right. Thank you.
Hey, I'm about to say, look, it's been, 12 years since they mentioned Owen Hart, or however long.
Dude, do you see they gonna mention a serial killer? This is the motherfucker that broke his neck.
It ain't funny, but damn,
Chris, you got a better chance of seeing Obama.
I'm just saying because look,
Sarah Palin, and you got Benoit going into the Hall of Fame.
And by the way, I wasn't being disrespectful on that one. I'm just saying, there's no way that the WWE on a PG show is going to mention a serial killer and say, "Oh, we're going to welcome Chris Benoit in open arms." Exactly. People power.
It's sad, but yeah. That person that you did good till you said those two words.
I know, right? That's what I just said. Piece of foul.
You got a better chance of seeing Clinton Newber in the Hall of Fame before
I'm just saying, shit. You see how they did OJ, and OJ didn't even get found.
Did she just mention
say Clinton's name in this conversation?
Right. I was about to say, did she just mention cunt dust?
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Who?
Hold on. L, this would be one of the... Now, wait a minute. There should be a... He didn't just say that. Damn,
right.
he didn't just say that.
Oh, yeah, then you got to bust the eye, too, like you high.
Yeah, we need... Hold on. We seriously need that sound clip on here because...
Man, don't be telling people... Anyway, let's go. Let's go to the next one. All right.
If they're gonna figure it out.
Shut up. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, wait. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Match of the year. This one didn't really take a gist to know who was going to win this match. But here was the nominees. It was The Undertaker versus Triple H at End of the Era. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, Extreme Coonery, with the K, by the way. Sheamus versus Big Show, Showtime. Rock versus Cena, Once in a Lifetime.
Yeah, but he's had the
it wasn't going to be Rock versus Cena because that one was the worst match in a lifetime, by the way.
Once in a lifetime versus End of the Era.
So we already knew who was going to win that match, which was Undertaker versus Triple H. Triple H came out there and he gave his little speech. They was chanting Undertaker. For one moment, I was looking at Triple H. I'm like, damn, they keep chanting Undertaker, not you. I'm like, wow. But they said that this would not be the last time we see Undertaker, so they're pretty much hinting that he will be working at WrestleMania, basically. So
I thought he was going to mention somebody. He was going to fight Brock. Is he retired or is he not retired? You know, that
that nigga needs to retire.
Yeah. Well, now here was a missing award, Superstar of the Year. They didn't mention that
already. No, they did that already.
Yeah, Justin.
Where?
John Cena won it. He gave it to Ric Flair.
Are you serious?
Yeah, John Cena.
What?
John Cena won and gave it to Ric Flair.
What?
Yeah, John Cena won.
John Cena won. Well, I mean, come on now. What the fuck did he do this year? I mean, honestly, okay, now it's time for me to rant. What in the fuck did John Cena do this year to be Superstar of the Year?
He's the golden boy.
That's it? Okay, so you going around kissing babies and that make you Superstar of the Year?
I don't make the rules.
Remember one thing he did. Outside of winning Money in the Bank, that's about the only thing
he's the first one to lose the Money in the Bank. He lost to Raw. He lost last night.
But CM Punk pretty much put him on blast though. He said he lost to a guy that I'm going to beat at the Royal Rumble. He said he lost to me twice this year. He won the Money in the Bank, the first Superstar. I was like, wow, you made fucking sense.
Well, he did get rid of people power. That should have been Punk.
Yeah, because people power was atrocious. I'm glad they got rid of that shit. Thank you, audience. Yes, I'm Statue of Liberty. Sit down. Pipe down. Okay. So anyway.
One thing though, where was the Brooklyn Brawler at? For
no, but he was.
That's supposed to be. Exactly. Thank you, audience. Thank you, because I was gonna slap the fuck out that nigga.
I thought Brooklyn Brawler was dead. I really thought Brooklyn Brawler was dead.
I thought so too. I mean, shit.
Negro. That's all you had to say.
Let's
get into some of the matches, the highlight matches. Let's see. What was one of the good matches tonight? There really wasn't, really. Well, no, it really wasn't. But I guess we're going to just break them down. Your winners tonight was Rey Mysterio. It was Rey Mysterio Sin Cara versus Sandow and Cody Rhodes. Rey Mysterio won that match.
It won that match.
Exactly. But as a matter of fact, Standout and Cody Rhodes, the Rhodes Scholars, they're having their tag team championship match tomorrow night on Super SmackDown Tuesday.
Super SmackDown.
Yeah, Super SmackDown. You know what I'm saying?
What did they announce that today?
No, yeah, right. I was like, we've seen it like I don't know how many times.
It's actually supposed to be commercial free.
So it's still gonna be fine.
So they say.
Yeah, so they say, but you know there's gonna be a lot of coonery. You know there's gonna be a lot of coonery backstage segment with that shit.
Hey, as long as they have Ron Simmons like tonight, man, we fine with that.
I mean, we saw Ron Simmons, we seen Mean Gene, we seen Steamboat.
Tommy Dreamer get his butt kicked by the Shield.
Right, got his ass whooped again. I mean, dude, like, wow.
Hey, well, silly.
But still, like, I mean, that's how you treat ECW. Like, okay, well, since you extreme, we're gonna extremely whoop your ass tonight.
Exactly. So we don't care about Philly.
Yeah, basically, Tommy Dreamer's been looking like this year's Eagles. Sorry, Philly.
That's some bullshit. No, I'll give you a better one. He looked like Mason Cosby that can't make a field goal.
He's as relevant as the 76ers, man. Come on.
Wow.
Stupid as hell.
At least they're playing this season. The Flyers have been totally invisible.
I'm still wondering when Mason Cosby is going to make a fucking field goal.
Never.
I've never seen no kicking like that in my life, man. I've been watching sports since
And by the way, Green Bay is still going to stick with that motherfucker. Please fire that motherfucker before he costs you a playoffs. Damn.
Hey,
I'm really crying right now.
How you gonna really say cost them a playoffs when if you lose in the playoffs you're done? One loss you're done.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna cost them a match. It's gonna be so damn close. It's gonna be tied up, and then here come Mr. Bill Cosby. Gonna make this easy. You know. Yeah, but this chocolate pudding, I'm gonna try to get it through the arc.
You see the ball out on the field, and we're gonna kick it. I see we can do
So then we go to our non-title match: Kofi Kingston versus Tensai.
It is.
Trouble in Paradise hated it. Kofi Kingston next match.
But it was funny when Tensai came out with that ice pack on his head, looked like a damn sad ass dog and shit.
Hey, surprised that Sharpie, then rub off.
And by the way, I know y'all touched on that earlier, but I had to crack when Santino called him Fat Albert.
Shit was hilarious. I would have said damn, call him A-Train, but yeah.
Albert, but
There was one award that I forgot to miss. That was Herpes of the Year. There was AJ and CM Punk, AJ and Daniel Bryan, AJ and Kane, and AJ versus John Cena. I mean, actually Kiss of the Year,
but wait, you forgot about AJ versus the audience.
No.
Yeah.
Epic fail.
Yeah.
But you told after the way that match.
Right. I was really getting ready to hear that one. I'm like, wow. Okay.
But truth be told, I think AJ and Dolph wound up beating all four of them.
Yeah.
Right. And I think who won that one? I think I forgot that one.
And John Cena and AJ.
Oh yeah, that bullshit. Okay. So then Vicky Guerrero, she comes out and she said that she don't like AJ and blah blah blah, and then here comes the resident superhero, and not John Cena. I'm talking about Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler came out and he was, saying like, hey, would y'all stop this, stop it, and then AJ, she was just like, you know what, Vicky, since you don't like this, you're gonna definitely like this. Then him and her was French kissing and blah 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 blah.
Jumped on him and get.
I mean, like I miss you for years. Yeah, boing yoing, real. So then backstage, Vicky Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler had some altercation. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the start of a face turn for Dolph Ziggler. Basically called Vicky Guerrero, you're ugly, you're fat, and you're old, and you're retired. I'm like, damn, you going ham?
Hey, so when he's going to start, talking junk to her, he's spoken nothing but truth.
I mean, yeah, you're telling the truth. I'm glad that he's like he's slowly, departing ways with Vicky Guerrero. I mean, this is the start. I was hoping it'll be sooner, but
yeah.
Exactly. So then we go to the next match. Huh?
Made a good ending of the show, but
yeah, it's decent. So then we go to the next match, Great Khali versus Dave Otunga. Hated it. Next match.
Wait, Khali still exists?
Yeah, exactly. He's still relevant.
When was he relevant?
Well, he ain't relevant, but yeah, I get you.
Wait, no, he's not relevant. He's not relevant.
Him a hornswoggle, and the only reason the tie is getting TV time.
Tragic. So then, Punk comes out to the ring and challenges Ric Flair. Why? I don't know. And I guess he gave him a figure four, and woo, and then here comes the Shield. I'm thinking, like, damn, Shield about to beat up a senior citizen? Oh, fuck.
No!
Yes!
I have what they're having.
Right. And then here comes, and then the next match was, let's see, Bros Clay versus JTG. Wow. Sleeper. Hated it. Ace match. Okay. So, let's see, what was the next match? Cody Rhodes, Danny Sandow, and Sin Cara, and Rey Mysterio. Cody Rhodes won that match. All right, let's go to the next match. Next match was, let's see, Big Show comes out. Big Show's really getting on my nerves, especially he brings out that big-ass chair. I'm like, dude, you is fat, dude. Like, really?
Right, he didn't sit in it.
For real. I mean, dude came out that huge-ass chair. Dude, like, who created that chair, dude?
Same people that created the big ladder.
Jim the Two-Man Taylor.
Exactly.
Big man.
But no,
hey, just so glad he didn't say Bob Vila, for God's sake.
So stupid. But Big Show and Sheamus was having some change of words. Sheamus was like, you the better man. You was the better man last night. Then Big Show had to open up his mouth, got his ass whooped with Big Show's chair, and then got a bro cake for his troubles. Then here comes Dolph Ziggler to cash in, so we thought. Then here comes this gay-ass Cena. I know. Pipe down, or don't clap after that. Then here comes gay-ass Cena. He messes up Dolph Ziggler's cash in. I hate him for life now. I do. I hate him for life. And remind you, the bell never rang, so Dolph Ziggler, he still haven't cashed in yet.
I think what Cena said, that's not the right way. You're not going to do it like that. Or you need to do it the right way.
Right. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that Cena was missing was his cape. I mean, really. But, so then we go to the next match, three-man versus Alberto, Miz, and Brooklyn. What? No, that wasn't Brooklyn.
No, you're right. No, this case, it's the Philadelphia Brawler.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Philadelphia Brawler, Tommy Dreamer. Wow.
ECW.
And, my blackness wouldn't allow me to see this match, so I didn't give a damn who won that match, but you already know. Fuck you. Shell. We go to, and by the way, Tommy Dreamer, Miz, and Alberto, they won that match. So now we go on to, let's see, the U.S. Championship match.
Hold on, didn't Kayla have a match too?
Who?
Didn't Kayla have a match?
Kayla? Now, do you think I'm going to mention the Divas? Really?
No, I don't know.
Exactly. So then, the U.S. champion, Antonio versus Ryback. They did it. You already know who win that match. That's Ryback. Come on now. What the fuck?
Wasted match. They should have saved this for a pay-per-view. I don't know.
It wasn't even a legit match. It was just happy you won with
That's all you had to say.
Trending topic. It was the best trending
right?
topic with the Feed Me More.
And I will say this right now. You put Cesaro Ryback straight match. I'm calling now. Cesaro would not only neutralize Ryback, wins it.
But this is WWE, which that's not going to happen.
What you say?
Exactly. So then, now we go to the main event. John Cena, Vicky Guerrero versus Dolph Ziggler and AJ. Now, I would have thought that, like, John, this was like a heel team. Like, okay, John Cena's probably about to turn heel, but I guess this is like one of them mix it up, faces, heels, and all that shit. So, John Cena and Vicky Guerrero won via disqualification. That's when this big motherfucker Ezekiel Jackson comes out. I'm like, dude, like, who the fuck is this? It's like, is this Ezekiel Jackson? Damn, your head got small. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Like, they were like right back coming out. Like, no.
He'll retard too.
He is not a retard. Just because he black.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Big E Langston, not to get confused with Ezekiel Jackson, by the way.
He looked like Ezekiel Jackson if Ezekiel Jackson joined the Nation Domination.
He does look like the dude from that.
Look, he came out with a fade, didn't he?
The crowd.
No, but this dude, his name is what's his name?
Big E.
Yeah. Big E Langston.
So before we came on the show tonight, I did a little scam of his little profile, whatever. Apparently, when he does his finisher, he begs the referee to beg him, say, "Get down on the ground and give me 5." I'm like, okay, all right.
Oh, so in other words, he's King Coon Bundy,
Pretty much. King Coon,
in other words, he was jobbing more than JTG.
With the K, by the way.
He was jobbing more than JTG in LCW, man.
But he laid out John Cena, and I'm surprised he didn't tell him to, tell the referee to, get down and give me 5 count. So.
And why is that bitch skipping around?
I don't know, but she was making me dizzy, though.
AJ did black guy.
Ever need an explanation?
She's not crazy. She's just psycho. Fuck that shit.
No, she's not psycho. But now that the coonery has been pushed aside, let's get to Derek. What was your question before we came on the show? Or what was your rant?
Hello.
Oh, he's out here.
You talking to imaginary people now, Chris?
No, he was here, but he must have left.
Jimmy.
Okay, I guess I'll just put it out there. Derek came on. He was ranting about a lot of people was complaining about the WWE is not bringing in new talent. They're misusing them. They're all kinds of shit. The thing about it is, I'm all about new talent as long as they're relevant and they can entertain. That's what I like.
Big E Langston will be irrelevant within 5 months.
See that, and that's what the fuck I'm talking about. And then they want to bring in people like Shawn Michaels. Like, can you still do the Super Kid to boost up ratings? I said, this motherfucker's cross-eyed. Come on now. You don't want him to walk into a wall. I mean, like, what the fuck? I'm just saying, dude.
You're a jerk.
Well, hold on.
You're a jerk.
Thanks.
Really?
I appreciate it. Really.
I know.
Oh, see, but part of the problem is the fans themselves don't give these dudes half a chance. I was like, yeah, we see what's on TV, and it's like, sure, you say, oh, matter of fact, I'll give you a classic point right now.
They were chanting Big Feet when the Langston came out, man.
Well, some people automatically know they're going to stop.
Really, dude, we gave, on the WWE's defense, they gave Big Zeke a chance, and he just epic fail.
No, I said when Big Langston came out and said they were chanting Big Z, they thought that was Ezekiel Jackson out there being up.
See, and that's fucked up. That's
You stupid.
Did they not do the same whenever? Yeah.
Dude, at first, I thought this was Big Zeke. At first, I thought it was Big Zeke because when he came out, I'm like, dude, who is that? I'm like, this is a some dude from Africa or some shit. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Is this a new Nation Domination coming out or some shit? I'm like, what the fuck?
You never know. New Nation.
Right. The only thing he was missing was Farouk's hat. That's the only thing he was missing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what you were saying, Reese?
Yeah, and matter of fact, I'll give it a classic. Or how about somebody who actually is doing something? Hell, look at Cesaro. Now, I was going to say, going back to what I was talking about giving people chances. Yeah, Zeke was a horrible example of.
No, and
that one we already knew that was going to be
Ryan. What about Mason Ryan? He came back. He debuted by beating up John Cena, interfering in the match.
And you see where he's at now, at the unemployment line.
Another bad example, but I'll give you two. I'll give you two good examples. There were some people who was worried. Oh, Daniel Bryan ain't going to be relevant in the WWE.
Now he should have been Superstar of the Year. He should have been.
He was
Breakout Star of the Year. To give this shit to John Cena, let me rant again. To give it to John Cena is just like beyond stupid. I mean, like really. He changes a shirt and you want to give him Superstar of the Year? Really?
Really, Punk should have been Superstar of the Year. Really, Punk should have. D-Bry should have been the breakout.
If you're going to give it to Punk last year, why couldn't you give it to him this year? Cena had a better shot last year than he did this year.
So he's been champion for 392 days.
It's funny that John Cena and Ryback gets awards this year for what? Like, you got this motherfucker that said
and breakout. They can at least give that to Ryder with the trending topic crowd. Like, come on.
Man, please. Zack Ryder is not relevant at all.
Yes, Zack Ryder's relevant, man. Give him his due. You want to know something?
Right. Actually, there was a chance for him to be there last night. I mean, WWE.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Who was that was just talking?
That was Derek.
Derek. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm like seriously upset with you because I was trying to like get you on the show so you can say what you got to say. And then all of a sudden, dude, you're not there.
I did.
Like little Jimmy.
My battery.
Then you want to blame it on your Duracell battery. Do you know how many commercials Duracell has?
Yeah. I agree. My bad. No, what I was going to say though, if it wasn't for Zack Ryder, seriously, think about it. There wouldn't be all the social media craze going on. He basically gave them the blueprint to let them know you guys got to get out your comfort zone and get with social media. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they're doing this to Zack Ryder, I think it's bullshit.
Wow.
Seriously, think about it. I'm not
there you go. He was a potential mid-Carter cash cow for them, man.
Let him continue. Continue.
Because, here's the thing, because think about it. Where was this YouTube craze? Because you know just as well as I do, if you uploaded something to YouTube, WWE, you always take your videos down and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There was very few wrestlers that had Twitter. They very few guys that have Facebooks or whatever the case may be, like the fan sites or whatever. Then all of a sudden, Zack Ryder starts his show, which, by the way, CM Punk was the one that put him on. Cena got credit for it, but it was CM Punk that was the one that was putting him on, saying, guys, you got to see it. No lie, I didn't follow Zack Ryder on Twitter. I followed CM Punk. When CM Punk was like, you guys got to see this show, I had been a faithful watcher for the first 52 weeks until WWE took it over. WWE now has the rights to that show. You know what I mean? So I think that they owe him a lot of gratitude for the popularity that they have on social media, and they're just pushing him into the side like it doesn't mean anything. And the fact that Punk wasn't even mentioned in the Match of the Year candidate was bull, because to me, the match of the night, to me, as a purist, Taker and Triple H told a story, but Chris Jericho and CM Punk was one hell of a match. Bryan Danielson and CM Punk was a hell of a match over the limit, and they didn't even get an
that's what I put up.
You know what, bro? I totally agree with you, but Chris Jericho versus Punk was like more so a letdown for me. It more so Punk versus Bryan should have been match of the year. Cause dude, they had a couple of matches That was
like the one when AJ was the referee, and it was I think when old dude went through the table.
Right,
like,
at the Money in the Bank. You telling me that wasn't Match of the Year candidate?
Yeah, that was bad. I was like, wow. And the fact that they couldn't give Claudio Newcomer of the Year because Brodus Clay and Ryback are not newcomers. Let's
or Sandow either. I mean, but Ryback's not really a newcomer either. They should have given that to Claudio. Honestly, they should have given that to either Claudio or somebody else, man, because you cannot honestly tell me. And this is where it just goes to show you that the WWE, when on the Punk DVD, when this guy Colt Cabana calls it, the Machine's champion or whatever it is whoever the Machine wants you to vote for. That's how they're going to do it. That's when you put you give a bunch of 8-year-olds an iPhone when they're not supposed to have it, brats, and they vote. Whatever the case, and they can put whoever they want. But my thing is, man, we all know the deal. We all know the guys. We all know the guys that bring it every single week, man. And like I said, just the fact that Punk came out with that T-shirt, man, it's already adding fuel to the fire with that feud with The Rock. I cannot wait till that verbal confrontation happens. I'm telling you.
Oh, you're gonna get it. It's gonna happen the first year of 2013.
Question: will Rock be in the arena or will he be via satellite though?
Well, I don't think. Honestly,
satellite. No,
he needs to cut that via satellite shit because I'm tired of that, pre-recorded shit. I mean, dude.
We will see a few pre via satellites, but he will be there some of the time too. It's gonna be half and half.
They said he's going to be there's a lot of dates in January where The Rock is going to be available, which is good. And honestly, I don't know if you guys saw the pictures from WrestleMania last year with The Rock and CM Punk were actually talking. That was, to me, that was genuine because I think that CM Punk found out who The Rock really is, how much of a real dude he is, and he is about the business. And I think, to me, if you ever look at The Rock's matches, he works better with smaller guys. Look at the guys. For example, Chris Jericho. Those matches were great. The matches he had with Chris.
Matter of fact, his feuds with Chris Jericho was damn good.
Yeah, and the two matches he had with Chris Benoit at Fully Loaded 2000 and at Unforgiven 2000 were fucking awesome. Those matches were great. And then the matches he had with Kurt Angle were damn good. So The Rock, to me, is a big dude. Yeah, he'll work okay with the bigger guys, and I mean it'll be okay. But I think with the smaller guys, The Rock works much better because The Rock turned into a damn good worker toward the end of his tenure at the WWE. He just kept getting better and better and better. And I think, to me, that match with Punk, I think is really. I think the masses now are going to know who CM Punk is because I think Punk is his popularity is there, but the masses still aren't really accepting him yet. Because that dude is just a real dude. He is CM Punk when he wakes up, and he is CM Punk when he goes to bed. That's who he is. He's been CM Punk since he was 15 years old. So that in itself is like, you know what, a match with The Rock. And if he,
but I don't know why they're not accepting him. And
because, well, Chris, you want to know something? Here's the thing. Kevin Nash has said something last year about, and this is something that I don't agree with. When he talked about, he didn't like the fact that guys like Danielson and Punk were champions. He said, because those are guys that you'll never see, you'll never notice in the airport, or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and he has a point, and I understood where he was coming from, but I think it's a cop-out because if you're that insecure, then obviously, why do you want to be noticed in public all the time? That's stupid.
So do you think deep down inside Punk is a little insecure about himself?
No, I don't think so. I said what I was going towards the fact that I think that Punk is just such a down to earth guy, and he doesn't dress look at him. He dresses in t-shirt and jeans and a dusty Chicago Cubs cap and a hoodie. That's who he is. John Cena, on the other hand, whenever he's out doing appearances or whatever the case may be, he wears those T-shirts or whatever it is, or he's in a suit and tie all the time and stuff, so he does stand out a little bit more. So I think appealing to the masses, meaning that you may have to sell out a little bit, and I don't think CM Punk wants to be that sellout champions, whereas like he's gonna, you know, kiss babies and all this other stuff. He is who he is. So I think that's why a lot of people are having a hard time. And you figure, what wrestler has ever come out and said that they're straight edge? You know what I'm saying? Like he promotes that. That's who he is. You know what I mean? He's tatted up all over the place. So a lot of people are having a hard time dealing with a punk rock guy that is representing the company. Is that, oh, I don't want him. Oh, but I'll go with this clean cut looking guy, John Cena. Just like I'll put you this way. Let's go back. Let's turn back the clock 22 years ago. You had Hulk Hogan and you have the Ultimate Warrior, right? Now, when the Warrior was even though when Macho Man was champion in '88. Now, granted, Randy Savage was the champion, but you had a guy, Hogan, that was still lurking in the back, still lurking around. You know what I mean? His merchandise and stuff. Now, when the Warrior was the champion, remember when they had those wrestling buddies out? Notice when Warrior was champion, he had the belt on, and also Hogan did too. And that, and even as a 12-year-old, I was pissed off. I'm like, well, why are they marketing this guy as a champion when he's not? But yet the Warrior is.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's all about It's all about who the machine wants to have in the forefront. So business-wise, I understand that. Listen, at the end of the day, the women and the children is what draws the money. The 18 to 34 male demographic is just a small fraction. Remember,
okay, so let's talk about this. Since you going old school, which is very interesting because it seems like that's what we're heading to in this era as well. That John Cena behind the lines is still WWE champion, even though he doesn't have the belt.
He is.
That's what's fucked up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though they try to make him relevant, like he got this 394 days as being WWE champion, he's still like somewhat irrelevant still.
Because he hasn't main evented a lot of pay-per-views, and they didn't. And who knows? They could have been swerving us too, and this is why I have my business hat on as well as my fan hat, because I think that whole him not main eventing pay-per-view is what drew this whole respect thing and him turning into a nasty heel. I like it, but I think at the same time it was more detrimental in the sense of the masses not really caring whether he's been champion all the time or not. We do. We appreciate the fact that he's number 5 on the list of the longest reigning champions of all time. We get that, but at the same token, I feel as though that, to your point, Chris, Cena's really the champion behind the scenes, and it's I think it's bad business to see.
I think it is too, because it shows that Punk is not being marketed like he should be as WWE champion, and they're still treating Cena as the top guy, even though he is the top guy. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like they just not letting go. It's like they're just holding on to Cena's nuts, and they're not letting go anytime soon.
The money, it's the money. You figure, what was it, 2011? And I reported this on a radio show that I was doing for a while. They reported in 2011 that Cena, his merchandise, was it just overall? They were including pay-per-view buys and stuff like that. Was it $104 million he brought in?
Wow!
And that says a lot. That does say a lot. And I'll put you this way: why do you think Hogan was champion for 4 years? Now, granted, back in the day, you had champions that held the title reigns were a little longer back in the day, but 4 years, and you had the talent around him that could have been champion. You're talking Piper. You mean to tell me Hogan couldn't drop the belt to Piper, and then it could have had Piper versus Hogan at WrestleMania 1?
But bro, see, the problem is everybody keeps talking about this is good for business, this is good for business, this is good for business.
Right.
The thing about it is, I'm a hardcore fan, you're a hardcore fan, everybody that's on the show right now is a hardcore fan. The thing about it is, I don't give a damn how many merchandise sales, how many rap videos he do. The thing about it is, if you know that there's other talent that's better than John Cena, why don't you just market them and see and give them a shot to be the merchandise machine? I mean, you already know that John Cena can, raise up merchandise just like that with a snap of his fingers. Think about this. He been on top for 10 years, and this is clear as day, especially tonight and last night. People is getting sick of John Cena in a hurry. And, to be honest with you, 2013, I don't want it to be a repeat.
Well, I don't need
I think everybody else feel the same way, too.
Philly, I'll tell you right now, Philly, and the thing is, I live maybe a half hour from Philadelphia, and I could have gone to Raw tonight. I just didn't want to go. Philadelphia just wasn't booing John Cena. They were letting Vince know, you need to just get off the Cena trip and let somebody else get in there. It's really bad. It's really bad. Where it's like, why do you keep pushing this dude when there's tons of guys that could be in that spot? Like, people. I like evolving a new guys. Ryback is just not that guy. Like, you cannot honestly tell me that you think that he's the future of the business and that guy can barely move in the ring.
Exactly. And I was going, and we were just going to talk about that. Matter of fact, let's go around the whole room. What do y'all think about Ryback? It's just going to be open question. What do everybody think about Ryback?
Mid-Carter at best. Mid-Carter, I would say he's a B-level mid-Carter at best.
I forgot which event it was, but whatever event it was, there was a sign that pretty much said it all. Feed me less.
Hilarious.
I love it.
Ouch.
I forgot. Was it in Survivor Series or Hell in a Cell? It was one of the last. It was one of the last two papers. I saw that sign. It was
ouch! That got a hurt. That's a sting. Ouch.
That is too funny.
So credit that fan who had that sign. Like I said, I forgot whether it was Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series, but somebody had a sign there, and when I saw it, I was like, wow, I guess some.
And they let that sign go in the ring.
When was that? Was that when they were building him up, or that's when he was already in main event?
Oh, this was not like I said. It was like one of the last two pay-per-views. So it was like
it was recent.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is funny.
I feel bad for Ryback in a way.
But honestly, like what? Let's take some more let's take some more comments. B-Dub, what you think? What you think about Ryback overall?
He has potential right now. Like, he wouldn't even have the shot to be in a main event spot if it wasn't for Cena to go down for a month. Because Vince always wanted him Ryback to be like that second or third top guy, just in case if somebody went down. But just like other people were saying, that he needs to add more dimensions to him, to his character, because this big monster face is not gonna last. Even though they try to do this whole Goldberg theme, but it's like he needs to. I guess his character needs to evolve. Otherwise, he's just gonna get stale real quick. Because you're only gonna do how many times? How long will it last for him to be saying "feed me more"? Like before people start getting tired of it.
Okay.
I agree.
What's up?
I feel bad. I feel bad for him.
Leon, let's give you a chance to speak. What you think about Ryback?
Me personally, I like Ryback, but I agree that like.
Yeah, I'm out. Get out. Just leave the show. Honestly, just leave. No, that's fine. Go ahead. Continue,
come back.
But I agree that he has been pushed to the main event really fast, like unexpected. I'm kind of glad that he's done beating up jobbers and he's fighting like actual athletes, but like as far as in the main event, I like to see him in main event, but like I don't think he's ready. I think he just needs to do more.
Okay.
It also helped the Shield though, man. They had somebody to fight, but it's kind of like when things happen for a reason, because if Cena then went down, Ryback would never had that shot. He would have been in this little mid-card level. Like, if it wasn't for him to go down, then when he went up and elevated to the main event, boom, and helped other people that coming in. They said, okay, we got this up-and-coming star to go at it.
Okay, before I go to the next person, I got some unfortunate news that I'm seeing on eWrestling News. It seems that John Cena is described as pretty banged up, quote unquote. They said that Cena may be his days as being a full-time top star are limited.
Whoa.
And he said he'll hang on to his schedule as long as he can. Randy Orton is also injured. That's not good for business either. He has a separated shoulder, which he have had in the past as well. So that brings a problem. If they're trying to, I guess, mold Ryback as a top star, it will not happen. The person that should be a top star really is Dolph Ziggler. He is ready.
But you see that they are elevating him. It's like a big slow build, but you can see 2013 will finally be his year.
Dolph Ziggler?
I agree because John Cena. The only thing I'm worried about John Cena is, he said that he's pretty banged up. He got injuries that people don't really know about, and I'm trying to see like what's really going to happen to him in 2013.
He'll get the Undertaker treatment. He'll get the Undertaker schedule where he'll only work pay-per-views and TV. So will you figure he'll work off of his two Raw? Because that was originally when Jeff Hardy had contract was up when he was going to sign back in 2010 before he went to TNA. They were going to give Jeff the Undertaker treatment because the merchandise was through the roof, and Jeff signed with TNA. You know what I'm saying? And Jeff didn't really want to be on the road. So I think Cena's earned the right to get that schedule. 10 years on the road, hanging and banging. I think he's earned that right. Get that schedule, especially if they can save him for big match situations and stuff like that. But I was saying earlier, I really feel bad for Ryback because it's like he's put into a spot right now that he is not ready for, and it's gonna flop. It's gonna flop in his face. And I tell you right now, 15 years ago, this same BS happened with Goldberg, and y'all saw what happened.
It's kind of like they never had nowhere to go with him, after Punk. Even though now he's kind of like in this little limbo with the Shield, and they rumor that he's gonna win the Royal Rumble and face Big Show for WrestleMania for the belt, but.
I don't know. Honestly, the guy that should have been in that spot, I know y'all don't like him. I know there's a couple guys in here that didn't like him. But for the short-term fix, for Cena being out for Hell in a Cell should have been Zack Ryder. The guy that really put on the map and stuff like that. Why not? Knowing that Punk is going to compete,
So, I mean, like... And then, too, there's also a report that says Randy Orton may be out for 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, he hurt himself real bad, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a blow to WrestleMania.
He's going to become injury prone, man.
Yeah, he is.
What was the incident where he hurt himself?
Well, they said that he was in Norfolk, Virginia,
during the Salute the Troops,
right?
Taping.
And he had injured himself. The Shield attacked him backstage, and I guess this is an injury angle that Shield attacked him, and I guess it's a real injury. So, and they said according to this, he may be out for 6 months.
Well, you know what? When he was at WrestleMania this past year, it was like, okay, he's on the card, great. Like he has gotten so bland and so boring. I really can't wear it. He needs to turn back to being a heel again because
they were going to. That's why they would turn Alberto face, turning Miz face, and they were going to turn Orton heel. But it was going to happen like all slowly over the next few months. But, since it's going to be sidelined, I guess they have to, tweet some few things out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, they turn two major heels into faces. And one of them is going to have to go back being a heel because Randy Orton is going to be out for like almost 6 months.
Alberto is your fair.
Is your heel, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to think that his whole career he was a babyface in Mexico, and to see and even the Mexican people were really really shocked that he went to become a heel in the States. But you know, it's something different for him. You know what I mean? But I think the character that he has, obviously, is more of a natural heel than a babyface. So we'll see.
Okay, you see how the Shield beat up Alberto's ring announcer. So, you know, that means there's probably something else for, you know, to help elevate Alberto as a face so he can, you know, help take out the Shield or whatever.
Yeah, because I was wondering if that was Ricardo after they beat up Dreamer, because I saw a second person line. I was like, God, that got to be Ricardo.
Yeah, that was Ricardo. I mean, he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know why in the world he even went out there. Hey, what you doing? What you got up?
He was talking about, what are you doing? What are you doing? I thought he was talking in Spanish there for a second. I'm like, what do now? I was like,
yeah, right. Well, you know what, though? Like, you know what? It's crazy because, like, right now it's a really interesting time with WWE with all these older guys that are getting injured and stuff like that, but then now you got these influx of new guys coming in now, is that you're going to start to gradually see, just like in 2002, when you saw the Ortons and the Batistas and the, you know what I mean, all them guys coming in back in 2002, all that new blood coming in there. Even in '97 and '98 when the new blood was coming in there, man. I love it.
Well, to be really honest with you, dude, like 2013 is really going to be a turning point for the WWE.
Absolutely.
Because if this is true that Cena is legitimately hurt and Orton is like injury prone, yeah, they're gonna have to bring back some old folks that they got rid of like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever.
Morrison being one of them.
They may bring
they need Morrison. Too. Yeah, they gonna need him, and they gonna need Shelton Benjamin as well.
That's if Shelton wants to go back.
So we're gonna see. We probably gonna see a lot of old faces at Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
and that's good.
That's when everybody gonna get signed. Like if Morrison comes back in Royal Rumble, then they'll probably give him a contract. You know what I mean? And you know what's sad though?
After the way they had like a pretty much an all jobber Rumble last year, they do need something to like hook this year though.
Yeah,
because you know WrestleMania season is like what, less than 6 months away. So that's why I'm like saying, like, you know, whatever the WWE is thinking about doing, they need to really get it going now.
That's like in 4 months, isn't it?
3 months.
It's damn near, yeah.
I mean, WrestleMania is on its way, and it's like the Rumble. This Rumble this year is going to have to really set the tone for bigger things to come. Because I tell you right now, what they should do,
the
Rumble should be set. Yeah, hell no.
I wonder is Big E Langston, is that going to be kind of Dolph bodyguard now or something?
No.
Did you just call that man Big Zeke?
He called him Big Zeke.
I'm sorry, I just thought that was funny. My bad. Continue.
It's very hilarious.
We got to see. We really got to see what happens, man. You know, we got to see what happens.
The whole AJ and Dolph, is this a new alliance? Like, okay, you're breaking up with Vicky, and who knows?
That's how
like 13 should start off. I mean, 2013 should be good.
And you know what's crazy? Chris Hero hasn't even debuted yet. It is going to get insane this year.
Who is Chris Hero?
Cassius Ohno.
He used to be
my bad.
Right. Him and Claudio Castagnoli, who you know as Antonio Cesaro, were the kings of wrestling and Ring of Honor. And
they want them to split because they don't want them to come out at the same time because people are gonna start saying KOW or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, they're gonna say it if Ono shows. Yeah, if he shows up, they're gonna wind up saying it anyway.
Well, you know what happened in the summer? It was a taping at NXT that never showed. It was CM Punk and Seth Rollins versus the Kings of Wrestling. Crazy. And they all hugged in the ring when the match was over.
That's what's up. It should be an interesting year in 2013. But like I said, my main concerns really is John Cena and Randy Orton.
But
if they're going to be out.
If he takes a break, he'll probably be after WrestleMania. I mean, somebody will take him out or something.
Break after that
but see, here's the thing. Elimination Chamber is coming up. They'll be a fool to put him in that match. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm like saying.
At the same time, it's kind of like you got 4 or 5 other people in the match with him. So it's kind of like, well, they'll do, the brunt of the work, or let him be inside the chamber, come out last in the chamber or something, so you don't have to do as much. Like some people could be eliminated, let him do his 5 moves to doom, boom, become number 1 contender.
Again?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, not again. That's crazy. But go ahead, Maurice.
No, what I was gonna say, I think this elimination chamber was gonna work out. If let's just say The Rock does in fact beat CM Punk, and CM Punk enters the Rumble and wins the Rumble, The Rock then goes to elimination chamber, wins the elimination chamber. Then you have Rock Punk 2 at WrestleMania.
Remember, they can be a number 1 contender at Elimination Chamber, so they don't have to actually win the Rumble. That's why I was thinking, like, if Cena, if he don't win the Rumble, he can always win Elimination Chamber if he still want The Rock, Cena for the belt. It's 2 opportunities to become number 1 contender.
Happen.
Well, see, the thing about it is, what I'm saying, sale-wise, it was a success at WrestleMania 28, don't get me wrong. But the match itself, I wasn't impressed. I don't want to see another Rock versus Cena match.
No.
I'm ready for Punk versus Rock.
Especially when they market it as a once-in-a-lifetime. But
exactly. It should be once-in-a-lifetime because it was a disgrace of a lifetime. It really was.
Yeah, but they had to close the show because they promoted that thing for a year, and it was Dwayne's hometown. So, they had to close the show. But honestly, I thought Cena almost botched the damn with the Rock Bottom at the end. I'm like,
why you say that?
You didn't see the end of the match? You can go back on your DVD or Blu-ray, whichever one you own, and when the Rock Rock does the nip up and Cena runs into him to do the Rock Bottom, Cena almost botched that taking the Rock Bottom.
Yeah,
is that why he rolled out the ring so expeditiously?
I think he said The Rock did say he injured himself, but he didn't want to mention it until afterwards.
He didn't mention it until damn near September.
Exactly. He talk about, I'm a warrior. We team bring it. Yeah, we bring the pain. Bring the boots to my ass. Not the same. But anyway. But yeah, that did anybody else have anything else before we end the show?
Yeah, I wonder when did they say Brock was coming back? Sorry, but when is he supposed to come back? Brock Lesnar, is he supposed to come back at Royal Rumble time or like around WrestleMania?
I would imagine Rumble.
I do not know, bro. They have not said shit about Brock Lesnar for the last 3 months.
Tonight was the first mention of him anything, and that was just for his nominations. That was the only time he's been mentioned.
And that's it. I to be honest with you, I don't think they're gonna use Brock Lesnar. If they do, it will be probably sometime in February when we find out something about Brock Lesnar. But Brock Lesnar has not been an impact at all. Haven't been an impact. Have not been a factor this whole entire year.
It was crazy. It was the way he was booked.
Yeah, all except SummerSlam. That's about the last we've heard of him.
Yeah, because remember they were trying to save the dates, and because he only had like 25 appearances, on the contract, so that's why they were trying to save it for 2013.
So, but yeah, we'll find out something when we get more information, guys. We'll definitely follow that story. But as far as now, we don't have no information about Brock Lesnar right now. So, but everybody, thank you so much for coming on the show. Tune in tomorrow for the Overload Show with Sean and Mr. L over there. So once again, this is your boy, Mr. Team Bring It, and Mr. Rockin' Reese, wherever the fuck he is.
What's up, everybody?
What you say?
I was about to say, yo, everybody. That's all I'm saying.
And remember, everybody have a wonderful night. And by the way, anybody got time for that? Good night.
And Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
And we will see you after December 21st.